Do you ever get that feeling in your life where it feels like, you do everything you could in your power, but then you go to bed and then you just feel like there's something missing? It's that feeling of, you know, I'm not enough. Like, I'm not doing enough. Like, you feel like you left something on the table, but you physically done everything you could with the cards that you were given, right? And then you're in bed, and then you're just like, there was something still there. There was an itch that hadn't been scratched off. I feel like that every time. And it's debatable whether that may be considered a good thing or a bad thing. Obviously, it has its perks on the just side in the sense of, you're always looking to improve and stuff like that. However, in contrast, there's a part of me that feels a bit of unease. And that may be for the worst too. I don't know if it's because of the type of content I consume, or may perhaps the media plays a massive factor in that, me being a Gen Z and everything. And you consume a lot of media and it kind of just shapes your worldview when you adopt their beliefs. It kind of subconsciously trains your mind for said thing, or whatever their morals are. You start to eventually pick up on those morals, whether those morals be good or bad or good. You pick up on it, man. It just becomes part of your subconscious because you're so used to like listening to these type of things. And I don't know if it's a hustle work culture type thing, but I'm looking on the internet, it just seems like everyone seems to be doing better than me in life. I'm like, everyone just seems to be having so much fun. And I'm just grinding, doing the basics every day of, interests I want to pursue, just other interests in my life, trying to elevate that because I enjoy it. And, I can't help but feel this some type of unease, like I'm not doing enough. Everyone seems to be doing way better than me, honestly. And I don't come from a place of envy. No, it's not that. It's just a place of me feeling like I'm not doing good enough. I don't know if I'm the only one who gets that feeling. And it's like I'm doing everything I can to try and improve my life. I'm looking at everyone on the internet and it's like, you guys seem to be doing a lot better than I am. You guys seem to be having a lot more fun than I am. And I like to consider myself as someone who enjoys the hobbies too. But I'm looking at everyone on the internet and just sometimes it gets to your head. It's like, fuck, man, am I doing something wrong? Why does your life seem so perfect and mine isn't? Am I delusional for thinking this way? I don't know. That's why I'm making this video. I could be. But I'm just looking on the internet. There's so much standards. I just feel like this overwhelming pressure and like, to live a certain lifestyle, to try to keep up with others, Joneses, become this rich for X thing. Whether that's good or bad, that was the content I was primarily consuming. And after a certain point, it kind of gets to you. And I just find it annoying a bit. That's not even me telling you to be lazy or that slack off or anything like that. But I do believe sometimes this hustle work culture shit, the internet, work 18 hours a day, 24 hours a day, I'm like, bro. Oh my day, I don't even know, man. I don't even know what I'm talking about right now, man. Needless to say, that type of content media I consume, and just social media in general, everyone posting their highlights and whatnot, I can't help but feel like I'm doing something wrong. I can't help but feel like I'm being pathetic. I can't help but feel like everyone's doing better than me and everyone's doing good and I just suck and I'm flopping and messing up every single day. It does feel like that sometimes. Perhaps that's only the case and may only feel like that's the way because I'm with myself every day. It's first person perspective. And they're just showing the highlight reels. And it kind of desensitizes our minds to the grind. In the sense of they're filtering the dirty parts of getting to the successful areas. Dirty parts in the sense of the constant repetitions and nothing's taking place. That mental discipline, that fortitude, man. It's very easy to show people go on holidays. Very easy to show someone win the title. Very easy to show someone have a girlfriend. Or all these pleasures will be pleasures that we inspire to have. They don't show the training. They don't show the rejections that you had prior to getting the chick. And that's with every factor in life. And, I'm just consuming a lot of this. Just a lot of stuff on social media. And I consider myself somewhat disciplined. I schedule, I plot my days and whatnot. But during downtime hours primarily, you see everyone's doing better than you. And like I'm telling you, it's not from a place of envy. I'm not like that anymore. Most of the time. And if I do have the thought, I won't act on it because I know long term it's not good. But when I just see these people, I'm like, bro, am I doing something wrong? Like, what's going on? Why do I always feel like I'm not enough? Why is there a cobweb near me? I don't know if that's female hair. I don't think so. Shouldn't be because I don't get females. But what was that? Cobweb. There was a cobweb on the staircase over there when I was gonna get on. I don't even know if you guys can see that, but I don't know. Maybe that. There was a staircase to get to this area that I'm in. So maybe that played a factor. I hate cobwebs. But yeah, I just feel like I'm not enough sometimes. I feel like I'm not doing enough. I'm like, bro, am I doing something wrong? Like, everyone seems to be having perfect lives but me. I'm just struggling every day trying to put piece to piece together. In just terms of the interests that I'm in, trying to hustle out. And then, bro, I'm just seeing like millionaires my age going to fucking Dubai. Like, how, bro? You're 19. Like, I don't want to sound petty, but like, did you get a silver spoon? Because that's very uncommon. Am I doing something wrong? Oh, guys, if I'm doing something wrong in my life, right, come on, man. Any millionaires out there, hey, hit me up. What am I doing wrong, man? Because everyone seems to be having perfect lives but me. And let's take it off from the social media scale and just look at it from people in the locals. Everyone seems to be doing better, family, friends, and like I said, just not from a place of envy. But maybe it's just me being delusional. Perhaps they are suffering too. I just don't see it. But put myself down too much because it's first person and I see myself every day and I don't see them every day. Maybe that's it, because sometimes I've had conversations with my friends and I mess up a lot, right? I sin a lot, I do a lot of mistakes, and just not good stuff, man. I struggle with lust sometimes. I'm a very horny guy. I jerk off a few times. In terms of a month, so I'll say I do more days than I do, but I do that sometimes, and I'm not proud of it, as pleasurable as it is in the moment. Until I have a wife who's slapping on my Johnson, bro, you shouldn't be masturbating, man. You shouldn't be masturbating too, bro. But anyway, like, yeah, and, like I said, I make mistakes, I mess up, struggle with sexual discipline, and I told my friends about that. And my friend said he can't imagine me doing that. And I said, wow, that's interesting, because the way he feels is the exact same thing I'm telling you now, where it's like, I feel like I'm doing pathetic. And then everyone around me, even social media and local life, are doing better than you. And what my friend told me was a paradigm shift, in the sense of he couldn't picture me masturbating or do anything like that. The same way I don't picture him doing that. We kind of hold each other in high regard and a pedestal, and I think that's a good thing in terms of accountability and whatnot, but it kind of just shifted my mind in a sense. So maybe we're all fucked up. Maybe I think we are. But it feels like you're the only one fucked up right now because you're with yourself every single day. You see your struggles every single day. You may see a pretty beautiful woman across the street and you feel like she's, I'm gonna see a goddess, everything. One, we shouldn't be worshipping idols. The Ten Commandments, there's no evidence of that. But the reason why you think that she's all that is because you're only seeing her in her highlight. Her beauty, when she's out. Women take hours to put their makeup prior to going outside. Of course you view it in that high regard, but I want to let you know, guys, everyone's fucked up. I have 2 sisters, and they have bad head days, as all girls do. They don't have the best days. They may dress, most of them dress like crap at home. Fair enough, you're at home, you're in your comfort zone, cool. I say that to say that most women are probably the same, and they have bad days too, so they're not worth pedestalizing. You may see my YouTube videos, I'm pretty irrelevant right now to be honest, but you may see in a few years time my views go up. And you may think this video is way better than it really is. No, but the pre-selection deluded you to thinking that it's way better than it is. Because really, it's just me sitting, talking to myself. People walking past, and I was just brave enough to, exhibit to my thoughts. But you see the numbers, so it makes you think that the video is way better than it really is, when in actuality, anyone can do it. Anyone can talk to a cameraman. Whether you're a good speaker or not, it's not hard to do. It's just that you're willing to do it for a long period of time, to the point where you're even able to get noticed. But even then, it's like, damn. And I had a conversation with my mother yesterday. We were looking at just videos on YouTube, people traveling to certain attractive tourist sites, and she said something very interesting. How, you know, the cities tend to look really, really good, right? Extremely good on the internet, but then when you go there in real life, it wasn't as good as it was made out to be. And you know, I followed through with that, and I said to my mom, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all reality TV. We were watching a reality TV show, right? So I told her, yeah, that's pretty much everything on the internet, you know. I call it social media superstar mode. It's the camera angles, it's the effects, it's the pictures, the dramatic scenes. It makes things look way better than it really is. In actuality, it really is just this quiet stuff, this daily real life thing. Now, why do we dramatize it, make it more dramatic than it really is? Because it gets more clicks. And some people just up to mess with that. I can't blame them, but, you know, from the consumer standpoint, they don't take that into mind. They have a poor mentality approach to it. Yeah, I can see why it's very harmful. I didn't want to make this video too long. I just wanted to say something that's been on my chest for a while. I always feel like I'm not doing enough. I fall asleep, I do everything I can, and I still feel like I'm pathetic. Now, of course, there's potential to be done long term. Everyone still has potential in them. So I guess that mindset is good in the sense of, you know, I know what I'm capable of in the future, and I still have more on the table for years to come. Yes, but at the same time, it's almost as if I base my self-worth and standards on to try appeal to a certain lifestyle, which I know isn't congruent. I shouldn't be thinking like that, but when you're consuming all this media, I can't help it. Maybe I need a dopamine detox. I don't know. Everyone just seems to be doing a lot better than I am. But maybe what I truly need to realize is that everyone is fucked up, just like me. And no one really has life figured out. And maybe that's one of the greatest realizations that we will ever know. And perhaps that will grant us mental clarity and peace to keep moving forward. And perhaps keep a wiser head on your shoulders and not fall into such quick sorrows like I do. I think I should take my own advice. Yeah. I need to pray more, man. Yeah, God's real. Sorry. Take care.